I've got some news to share. Oh, can you believe it? I think this is my very first live video since I got back from Italy. And I'm like, how did that happen? Just, wow. So, welcome to Breakfast at Tiffany's on a different new day in time. I don't know, just because I thought if I don't actually do a video, who knows when it might happen again. So here we are. I'm your hostess, Tiffany Almazan, as usual. So welcome to Breakfast at Tiffany's. I think Sunday's just maybe a good day this month to do it, so I'm gonna put it out there. Sundays at 10 a.m. though, Pacific time, I will be jumping on the rest of this month for these episodes to share with you just some fun stuff that I'm eating and what's going on in the world and anything else random I want to share with you, right? So today, oh my gosh, did you know it is iced tea day? Here's mine. Hopefully I don't choke on it. This is pretty darn clear, right? But I've struggled with getting iced tea that doesn't have added sugar in it that still tastes good. And it's been really weird. I was like, I'd rather just have water because it's not been going so well, the stuff that I've been buying. So I thought, why not try making some at home? So this right here is called, well, it doesn't really have a name except I made it from lemon balm leaves. Lemon balm is, I could have brought in a piece for you, but it's in the mint family, so it's got a lemon minty flavor a bit, not as invasive of an herb as, I guess it's an herb, huh? As mint itself. The roots aren't as terribly bad. It does spread rather well, but not as invasive. Bigger leaves. It's actually the leaf that is used to make melissa oil, that uber expensive and super potent, cancer curing kind of like everything type of oil, right? Comes from lemon balm. So you take a huge handful of it, like maybe I don't know, 3/4 of a cup or something, put it in a quart of water, quart jar, set it out in the sun for 4 hours, take it in. I wring out the leaves to get all the extra juice, and then you've got this. That's amazing. So here's to iced tea day. What flavors do you like? I want to try some other flavors. I'm thinking I've got tons of mint out there. I'm thinking I would make some just actual straight out mint tea. And I don't know, like, got a lot of herbs like basil, thyme. I don't know if you can make tea out of those. Sage, or if you do, how they will taste. But here's to iced tea day. So share your favorite recipe. I would love to add it to my list. You know, it's also iced tea month. So if you're not doing your iced tea today, you've got all month long to be celebrating it, right? I guess it started way back when it was a lot hotter out everywhere. So anyway, there's a random thing for you today on iced tea day. I've got in the dehydrator right now. I want to share with you this cool recipe. Now, not everybody is all into eating raw as I am, and that's okay, but check this out. Okay, this as a meatball. I pulled this one out of the dehydrator so that I could share this with you. This thing here is made from eggplant, okay? Eggplant meatball. Have you ever heard of that? I totally haven't, but I've got all these eggplants I'm pulling out of the garden, and I'm like, what am I gonna do with these? Let me try some new stuff, right? So this is a raw recipe for eggplant meatballs. So I'm gonna make some probably zucchini noodles tonight with marinara sauce and throw these on top and see what happens. Eggplant, almond meal, flax meal, a little bit of seasoning, garlic, onion. I think it's got some, is there some onion in there? I can't remember. If you want the recipe, I can give you the recipe. This is pretty darn cool. You peel the eggplant and then you chop it up, blend it really well, and then you squeeze the liquid out of the eggplant, and then you put the pulp back in the blender and add all the other stuff, and then just scoop it, you know, smoosh it together to make these balls. Whether you are a raw eater or not, okay, whether you even want to do an eggplant meatball or not, you could even cook it, right? But here, get this. Okay, this coating on it, this little breading, it's amazing, because I can't really tell you how well these meatballs are going to taste after, you know, cooking for a few hours in dehydrator. I haven't tried them yet. But this is the breading. Okay, this right here, this is the leftover, and it was so good I couldn't throw it out. Hi, Andy. How are you? So, this stuff, however you eat, you need a breading for anything. This is it. It is amazing. It is so tasty. I just can't even believe it. It's got oat flour in it. And I made my oat flour by putting my oatmeal, my rolled oats, I put in the blender and ground them up. And it also has a little bit of flax meal in it, which is just flax seeds ground up. So that was a flour too. And it's got a little bit of almond meal, which is just almonds ground up. I did almond pulp, so I made almond milk, and then the leftover pulp, once you squeeze out the liquids, that's pulp, and then I just dried that and then blended that up in the blender. But you can just grind up the nuts right from the get-go. Not roasted salted nuts. Okay, you definitely want to do raw almonds if you're going to use the flour. You can buy almond meal, almond flour at the store, but it's just grind up raw nuts. It's cheaper that way. Anyway, you put those 3 things in, and it's got some cayenne in here, and some cumin in here, and some salt and pepper, and I think that's it. This is amazing. Like, you just want to scoop this out and eat it. It is so good. So this is why it's being saved here. I'm gonna find other things I can do breading on, because this is the most amazing recipe I've ever found for breading. So I think my meatballs can't help but be good when it has this breading on it. So there you go. I don't even have a name for it. It's just my eggplant breading. So that I'll remember it, right? But there you go. If you want the recipe for this, just comment below and I will make sure to give you the specific ingredient amounts for it. Crazy good. Okay, so I also got to share with you what I'm having for breakfast. Okay, now get this, I don't know what time it is, sometime in the afternoon, right? I am actually having breakfast right now because I've been like doing stuff today and just haven't gotten around to it. Wasn't really hungry. I have a cup of coffee this morning and that was it. So I'm hungry now, but here's what I'm having. This is from the garden, from the farm, and is that it? Garden, farm. Oh, well, and then the avocado. The avocado's from the store. Okay, so check this out. Let me get a scoop of it for you. Oh, I can show you the whole bowl, right? Look at this. Can you see well? Is it in focus? Can you see that? This is crazy, amazing, good too. So I must be hungry, right? That's why I'm so fixated on food right now. This is salsa. You see the little stuff in there is the salsa. I made that this morning from my garden tomatoes. They're coming out of my ears. And a jalapeno from the garden too, and half of a white onion, and garlic? Did it even have any other seasoning in it? Oh, a little bit of lime. Anyway, I just blended it all up in a food processor. So that can be salsa for chips and everything, really good. And then I had this idea. I cut up additional tomatoes as chunks. I cut up my, what's this one? Armenian cucumber. That is so amazingly good. It's got the coolest skin on it. Let me show you this. Okay. This right here. You see that? I don't know if I can get it clear or not, but that's the skin. That actually still has the skin on it. It is the softest, almost like fuzzy skin on this thing. I got this from my CSA bag from Quail Hollow Farm, and it is the coolest thing. I mean, I thought I'd seen Armenian cucumbers before. I don't know, but it is so good. So you don't need to peel it. Of course, it's all, you know, fresh, organic, non-GMO, and all that kind of stuff, right? So it's fine. But you don't even taste the peel. It's not like you get this bitter taste of peel. It's so soft. Amazing. So I did the chunks of tomato, chunks of slices of Armenian cucumber, guacamole, not guacamole, avocado, avocado chunks I put in there. What would also be really good is corn. If you had some corn to throw in there, and I'm even thinking you could do like a leaf of some sort. You could do like arugula, or maybe even a little bit of spinach or something. No, and of course there's cilantro in the salsa too, right? But just throw in this extra chunk stuff, and it's kind of like, if I blended up the salsa more, it could even be like a soup kind of thing. And right now it's just the most yummy type of salad. It is so good. So as soon as I am finishing on this video, this is what I am chowing down on. Oh, hi Morgan, how are you? Yeah, because this is pretty darn good. And I have plenty of salsa left over for later, so it may even go on some extra stuff for the meatballs tonight. But check out all these tomatoes. After making all of my salsa and 2 bowls of this stuff with extra tomatoes, I've still got this little basket of these Juliet tomatoes. You guys, tomatoes grow amazingly well in Las Vegas, and if you want to know how to do it, I've been learning some good stuff from some smart people in town, and it's working because I still have stuff out there on the vines right now, and it's like every day I go and pick. This is a different one, I forget the name of it. And if you see green on my fingers and all, it's because I've been in the garden all the time and there's yellow stuff and I can't get them clean. Touching the tomato vines and all, it just like comes off. Anyway, so this is like 1 day's harvest from those. I have 3 or 4 Juliet tomato plants, and I really am not sure because I have 6 plants together, and they're a combination of Juliet tomatoes and then Hawaiian Tropic, and I don't know how many are each because the containers were mislabeled, and so then they've all grown together, and by the time they produce fruit, it's all so twisted in. I don't even know how many I have. I mean, but either way, just to give you an idea, you don't need tons of plants to get an amazing harvest. It's crazy. And then check this out, guys. Okay, these are the Hawaiian Tropics. Okay, and again, I've already used most of the red ones to make my tomato stuff today. I'm pulling these green ones because they're on the ground. I don't cage my tomatoes. That's a tip for you here in the desert anyway. And so these are on the ground, and I'm doing really good with no aphids this year. I don't know. My pest preventative is apparently working because there's no aphids at all, which is amazing. But I've got roly-poly bugs. Okay, so does anybody know how to get rid of roly-poly bugs? Anybody got a good pesticide-free, organic, natural, whatever kind of thing for them? Because they're evil little critters. They are. You think they're harmless? They're not. They eat your plants, okay? So anything that's on the ground, that's like laying on the ground, they will consume it. They're not crawling up on the stems or the vines to get to the tomatoes, but if it's touching the ground. So I'm picking anything that's on the ground, and that's why we've got all these green ones in there. But they'll turn red. And this one, I mean, like, this one I just picked today, so you can see it's already starting to turn a little bit, which is great. These were a little bit greener a couple days ago, so it's really kind of nice. You've got staggered tomatoes ripening for you. And that's just those 2 types of plants. I've got like 8 other tomato plants out there that are different varieties. Like one is this guy, and then, oh yeah, then this guy. I don't know, it's some yellow tomato, right? Obviously. I don't even know what it's called, but I gotta start looking them up so I know what I'm eating, right? Anyway, my tomatoes are going great. I highly recommend your tomatoes, and the season is not over for tomatoes. I don't know, did I say hi to you, Christy? Hi, I see that you're there, so sorry if I missed you. And I'm probably gonna bump my phone here, so Megan too, hello. Oh, my stand is like, okay. If you haven't yet started growing tomatoes, it's okay, you can still start, okay, because it's June right now, so let's say you planted seeds. The seeds are gonna take 6 to 8 weeks. That'd be into like August. So you wanna have, you know, by like July, you wanna have some seeds planted to start sprouting, okay? You're gonna create your own seedlings. Start around July, July through August would be your 8 weeks. Yep, so come by September, they should be doing pretty good. You could even really start towards the end of this month, maybe another couple weeks. There's gonna be a second harvest is my whole point with tomatoes. So they're gonna go up until October, November, until it gets too cold for them. And actually some people even kept tomatoes out all year last year because it was so warm. They never pulled their plants. So you're gonna get a second harvest. So even though we've got stuff that's fruiting now, if you bought a plant from Costco right now and it didn't already have blooms on it, flowers on it, it's not gonna produce fruit because it's too hot out right now. Once it's over 90 degrees, your tomatoes aren't gonna produce new blooms right now and start fruiting. So what you're gonna get is what the development of what already came from the blossoms from earlier in the year. But you're gonna get your second harvest starting in September, October. So you wanna have your seedlings coming up pretty darn soon. So you wanna get them in the ground in a little bit, and it's gonna take them a few weeks to get going and all. So yeah, you probably even could start now, huh? Because you don't need to worry about them producing, because they're not gonna produce for a bit, and you just gotta keep them hydrated. That's gonna be the biggest thing. And then keep the bugs away, right? Crickets like seedlings. But anyway, that's my tangent on tomatoes. So if you want to know more about tomatoes, I'm super excited about it. I've planted way too many in this garden bed, and it is so crowded. It's taken over, and so I probably need to do less next time if I want to like not lose track of my tomatoes. I can't even make it between the beds to get in. I'm scrambling around trying to get everywhere and trying to lift stuff up and find things. It's crazy, but anyway, another lesson learned for you. So there's my breakfast. All that to say, this is my yummy breakfast. What else was I gonna tell you today? Oh, my Italy takeaway. So, I had an amazing adventure in Italy. Got back 3 weeks ago now? 2 weeks ago? I don't know, a little while ago. My honey and I went for the first time there. Some friends invited us for their wedding. They were doing a destination wedding, and it was a spectacular event. We were so excited that we could go and support them. They had an amazing just experience. The whole wedding party that was there was such a fantastic time, and we got to stay over. Came a little bit early, stayed a little bit late too, as you thought we're going, might as well make a trip of it, right? Excuse me, my throat's been bothering me since I came back, so that's partly why I haven't done videos, so I gotta make sure it stays wet. But we saw the Amalfi Coast. We did kind of on both ends. Salerno, we stayed in Vietri sul Mare, and then we stayed in Marina dell'Obra, which is just a little bit south of Sorrento. The wedding was in Sorrento, and then we went up into Rome for a few days, and it was amazing. So I'm probably gonna be sharing about Italy for the rest of my life, because it was pretty darn amazing. Who's been to Italy? I mean, for real. Who's been to Italy, and what did you love there? Where did you go? What did you see? Because there's just so much to say about Italy. It was never on my list before. I love Italian food, so I don't know why Italy was never a country on my list to go see, but anyway, I've seen it now, and now we're going back next year, so there you have it. But the one takeaway I thought I'd share with you today is the silence is golden. So I did a lot of saying no to things prior to Italy. Like, I really wanted to make sure that I took full advantage of our trip there, and I went, and that things were covered at home, and I felt good leaving the house, and the dogs, and that really could enjoy our time in Italy, take advantage of it. I mean, trip of a lifetime, right? I'm not gonna go and be spazzed from everything that got left undone and all. So I really took a month beforehand to kind of clear my schedule, get stuff caught up, get things taken care of, prepared, plan our trip a little bit more, and had to say no to a lot of things. Had to really not be as engaged with people as I have been before. I was kind of maintaining some of the same stuff, but I was really having to not do anything new. No new stuff for the whole month. And really had an, like I said, amazing experience in Italy, and then we come back and I got sick. I picked something up in the airport that was crazy. I didn't feed my immune system like I should have, because I was so focused on coming home and seeing the dogs, and it just like slipped my mind, right? So I really should have been paying more attention to that. So anyway, I got sick. But there was so much stuff that I just wanted to think about when we came home. I had so many realizations. It was almost like being sick was in a good way, because it kind of protected me in this little bubble. But I put my phone in silent mode, and it hasn't come off of silent mode since we've returned from Italy. Hi, Carla. Hi, Deanna. Or Dina. Hi. Yeah, I kind of like it. It's not even on vibrate mode. It's just on silent mode. And I'm going to change my notifications. So I will still see things on the lock screen, but I'm going to kind of go through and see like how I want to be notified about stuff. So when I pick it up and look at it, you know, what I want to see or not see on the lock screen. But not having the ringer go off is amazing. Not having Facebook Messenger ding when I get messages, not having text messages go off. You know, some people hit enter when they do a text message, like after every sentence, so you'll get like 6 messages from a person, and then your phone is like blowing up, right? I don't get any of that now. And don't get me wrong, I'm looking at my phone and I'm on my phone, and I'll be on my phone and see someone could be calling or something, and I'll take some calls and stuff, but it's not, everyone else is not the first priority. So it's when it's on my schedule to check and follow up and sit down and go through a bunch of texts at once or several messages all at once. And it's been so relaxing for me, so chill. I feel like I'm not running around chasing my tail and, in the middle of doing stuff, and then your phone is beeping on you all the time, and you're like, ooh, even if you say you're not gonna check, you're gonna look and see who it was from, right? But when you don't even hear the beep, you don't even feel the vibration, it's amazing. It's flippin' amazing. And if I learned nothing else in Italy, and I don't know, it's like, how is that an Italy thing? It was a coming home from Italy thing, but it was just the whole changing of your focus and what I had to do to get ready for it, and really slowing down and falling into what the culture is in Italy, and how the people live, and what your focus is, and what my focus was with me and my honey for the time that we were there. It really changed my perspective on a lot of stuff. So that's where I've been ever since I've come home, is silent mode. Anybody else done that? If you've done it, how did you enjoy it? Because I think it's pretty darn cool. And I'm probably gonna do something about like a do not disturb mode in the evening, because my husband's working a day shift right now, but a lot of times he works an evening shift, and I always think about, I want him to be able to get a hold of me. So I will probably put like a do not disturb mode on at night so that his calls can come through and I'll hear him if I'm sleeping or something. So I'll probably do that when his schedule changes again. But otherwise, I haven't missed anything. My appointments are on my calendar, and I'm periodically checking my phone, and I'm responding as need be, and nothing is falling apart, and no fires are burning anything down, and it's just, I'm doing my business when it's good, and I'm being able to have focused time, and I am loving it. That's so cool. So that's my little tip for you. Try it out. If you haven't ever turned off the sound and the vibration on your phone, try it. And okay, so you see my computer back there, right? So you have to turn it off. Like, you can't have Facebook up on your computer while you're at home and then like hear dings from notifications and stuff. So that's kind of not cool either. So you kind of got to watch that. It's a little side note there. But check it out. Let me know how it goes for you, because it's been a wonderful thing for me. I feel so much more grounded and centered, and am able to accomplish that much more. And just because someone didn't get a response in 20 seconds, maybe it took 2 hours before I got back to them. Or if it was 10 o'clock at night and I didn't get back to you till the next day, oh well, why do I have to write you at 10 o'clock at night? I mean, really, right? How important could it be at 10 o'clock at night, right? So there you have it. That's my tip for today. So next week, guys, oh hey, hi Brandy, how are you? Next week, Sunday, 10 a.m., we're gonna make it the regular thing on Sundays at 10 for this month, like I was saying, for do these breakfast at Tiffany's. Next week, you're gonna, of course, hear about food and what I'm having for breakfast. It'll be a little bit earlier in the day, of course, so it may be closer to breakfast time for you guys, but my little random side topic for you is gonna be, what is your legacy? This is another Italy takeaway, and this one is what is driving my silence is golden, and it's driving everything I'm doing going forward since we have returned, and what I'm going to continue doing going forward. And I want to share that with you. So there you have it. That's what you can look forward to next week, is what is your legacy, and then every other random stuff I'm going to share with you. So thanks so much for watching. It really feels kind of good to be back on video. Now that I can talk without choking to death all the time, I feel good about that, and I feel like, okay, I'm not like a newbie on video anymore. I'm like, oh, okay, this is good. But when you haven't been on video in so long, it's almost like a little intimidating to start up again. So, oh, you know what? Then here you go. Let's see. Yeah, things change on, okay, making sure they've changed, like, you can wave at people, huh? That's how long it's been since I've done a video. Now I'm shaking again, but you can wave at people. You couldn't wave at people last time I did a video. So let me wave at you guys before I hang up. Can you wave at everybody? Oh, that's totally cool. Oh, hey, I didn't even see Kimberly. Hello. You're still there. Look at all these waves. This is fun. I have no idea what it does. Does anybody know what waves do when you wave at somebody? It's got to be something good though, right? Or it wouldn't be there. I don't know, but that's so weird why you would be waving when you're on. Maybe because you're not supposed to be like saying hi to everybody that comes on. Like maybe you want to keep your train of thought going or keep your sentence and you don't want to stop and interrupt yourself to say hi to people as they join or something. So you could like incognito, you could just tap wave. And that's your way of saying hi privately to them. I wonder though, I wonder if you guys could see that I waved. Like, you know, if I waved to Megan, can Andy see that I waved? I'll have to check. Like if there are comments that show up like afterward, you know, about how it was with the wave. Huh. Anyway, there you have it. Something new all the time with Facebook. Bye for now, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. It is Sunday, Self-Care Sunday, Soulful Sunday. So please take some time, do something for you that is just for you, just because of you, to fill yourself up, and you will set yourself up for an amazing week. So until next week, choose you, choose joy. Bye for now.